This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now's the news for Monday, February 2nd of 2026, and we have a lot of news to cover, so let's get right into it. A refurbishment begins at Disney's All-Star Sports Resort pool. I really don't think anyone's really gonna care right now that a pool is closed for refurbishment. It is supposed to gradually get warmer as the week goes on. Then people will probably start missing the pool. It's supposed to rain on Thursday, and then it's supposed to drop back down again. So again, we're just gonna have to, see. But right now, I really don't think that anyone's really gonna care that they can't swim in the pool right now. But just keep that in mind, though, when it does get warmer out. The All-Star Sports Resort pool will be closed for a refurbishment. Speaking of refurbishments, Epcot's Impressions de France, the 18-minute film in the France Pavilion, is going to be closing for a refurbishment. It's going to be closed starting February 22nd, and it's going to go until an unknown date. So we don't know when the attraction will come back up. But just keep that in mind that that Impressions de France will be unavailable, and the only thing you'll have to watch in there will be the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, which I know is not everyone's favorite thing. It's not mine either. The only reason why I like it is because A, I can sing. B, is they brought back Angela Lansbury and Jessie Cordy to reprise their roles as Mrs. Potts and LeFou, respectively. Otherwise, I don't really care much for that film. But I much rather prefer Impressions de France over Beauty and the Beast sing-along. But I know people are going to come after me. They're going to be like, "Why do you hate Beauty and the Beast sing-along?" But whatever. But just keep that in mind that Epcot, the Impressions de France, will be closing pretty much toward the end of this month, and then it will be closed until an unspecific date. So maybe they're going to update the film. Who knows? But the last time I walked into that theater, it was abysmal. I mean, the curtains weren't working. It just wasn't. The seats looked kind of worn. So hopefully they'll just kind of refresh the whole thing. But maybe they'll just refresh the film. I don't know. Here's something really cool. Dr. Seeker, the actor who played Dr. Seeker in the dinosaur pre-show, Wallace Langham, comes and says goodbye to a dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I didn't get to see him. Maybe he, did something with the cast members at the end of the last day of Dinosaur. I don't know, but that was really cool. I did get to see the picture of him with the cast members, which was awesome. It's always nice to see that, the people that worked on these rides or these shows. When they do close, they they make an appearance, which is great. Heather Henson, Jim Henson's daughter, was at the closing of Muppet Vision 3D. Wallace Langham was at the closing of Dinosaur. So it's nice to see, it's nice to see these actors or their relatives come to the closing of an attraction, which is always nice. It's always I really wish that I got to meet him, but maybe he was only there at the very, very end of the day. I don't know. It would have been really nice to, would have been really cool to have a meet and greet with him, or just, see him and go up and shake his hand. But, but again, it is really a nice thing that Disney allows, either the people in the pre-shows or the family of the person that started the attraction come back and say goodbye, which is the right thing to do. So if you did get to see him and if you did get to meet him, let me know. Let me know in the comments, because I'm interested. I don't know if he showed up right at the very end of the day, or if he got a private ride through. I don't know. But if any of you did get to meet him, or anything like that, please send me a picture or comment under this video, because I'm interested. I'm interested. All right, here's something bizarre. Water features at Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort literally freeze during rare cold weather. So if you go to let's just stick with Walt Disney World. So if you went to the Seas with Nemo and Friends, the water feature there actually froze. Impressions de France, that fountain right in front of the theater, that water that was running actually froze. So it was a very cold, very, very, very cold last couple days. And speaking of which, when I did go to Animal Kingdom on the last day, which you can watch that blog on my other channel, Blogging with the Disney Dude. You can go over and give that a watch. When I went that day, when I went yesterday, a lot of things were not working. Everest was closed pretty much all day. Flight of Passage was down pretty much all day. Dinosaur kind of, came back up and went down and came back up again. But even Festival of the Lion King didn't run half of their shows because of the water freeze. I was in the 3 o'clock show when all of a sudden it got canceled and they told us all to leave the building, and everyone, all the cast members were saying that it was due to technical difficulties. It really was. Well, it was kind of, but it was because the water was frozen, because they let water through the pipes, obviously, and then the pipes freeze, and then of course, you know, things don't run correctly. So Festival of the Lion King kept getting canceled. I ran into somebody else, not a blogger, just a regular park guest, and we got to talking, and she said that they were at the 10 o'clock show for Festival of the Lion King, and they abruptly canceled it. So I think they canceled the 10 o'clock, the 11 o'clock, the 12 o'clock, or did they? I think they canceled the 10 o'clock, the 11 o'clock, the 12 o'clock shows. I think the 1 o'clock show went, the 2 o'clock show went, the 3 o'clock show was canceled, and then I think the 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock shows went on, but it was rough. It was a very, very rough day at Animal Kingdom. I don't know about the other parks, but man, and on the day of all days, when, a ride is closing and then everybody and their mother is at the park, saying goodbye to the ride, and then everything else goes down because of the freeze. So, man, it was not a good day for Animal Kingdom. If you were at the other parks, and if things got canceled, or if other rides closed, let me know in the comments, because I want to know, was it just Animal Kingdom or was it all of Walt Disney World? But man, that was crazy. That was insane. Disney files permit for Magic Kingdom ferry boat dock expansion. This is now, obviously, since they got rid of the Rivers of America, the riverboat doesn't, so it's just for the ferry boats that take people to and from the Transportation and Ticket Center to the Magic Kingdom, and then vice versa from the Magic Kingdom to the Transportation and Ticket Center. It looks like they're going to expand that dock, so it can, I guess, maybe they can run both boats at the same time. I don't know. But that would be, you always want to do things, you always have to think about things for capacity here at these theme parks here in Florida, because of the amount of tourists that, we bring in. So I am never going to argue the fact that you need to create more capacity, whether it's for whether it's for a ride in one of the parks, or in this case, the ferry boat, or the monorails, or, whatever, the buses, whatever, Skyliner. I'm never going to argue the fact for capacity, because that's what you have to think about when you build things here in Florida at the theme parks. You have to think about capacity. And if you don't think about capacity, then you're not a very good theme park. Epic Universe, I'm looking at you. But it is nice that Disney is, thinking ahead, because, obviously we're still years away from the Cars land open, the Cars area opening, and even farther away from the Villains land opening. But man, when they do, Magic Kingdom is going to be a train wreck. So I guess they're just getting ready for all that. But who knows? But kudos to them. Kudos to Disney for thinking ahead, if that's what this is. Otherwise, if it's just for capacity related, still kudos to them. Still, I applaud them for thinking about it. Disney's Typhoon Lagoon and Universal's Volcano Bay is closing on specific dates due, obviously, to the cold weather. Make sure you check the My Disney Experience app and the Universal Orlando Resort app for openings and times for the water parks. Like I said, now we're going to start that, kind of climb back up to normal weather before the rain comes and cools it back down again. So, but make sure that you check the apps for the complete hours. I don't want to tell you on this show, because I could tell you something and then it could completely change. So that's why I say make sure you check the app, because the app will tell you and let you know. Donald, Daisy, Chip, and Dale are now meeting in different costumes and locations at Disney's Animal Kingdom. They used to meet in Dinoland U.S.A. Obviously, that's no more. So now they are meeting in different locations and wearing different costumes. Again, make sure you check the My Disney Experience mobile app, because those locations are subject to change. So make sure you constantly check the app to make sure where they are. Harambe Market at Disney's Animal Kingdom soft opens. They recently just went through a menu change and everything. They have now soft opened. They haven't officially opened yet, but when you do go to Disney's Animal Kingdom, and if you want to eat at Harambe Market, make sure that you either check again the mobile app, or they have their hours of operations listed at the restaurant. So make sure that you double check everything just to make sure. Construction walls, scrim, and planters block entrance to Dinoland U.S.A. Now that it is closed permanently, I'm going to plug in my my other channel. Again, obviously, I was there on the last day to say goodbye to a dinosaur. I did film Dinosaur one last time. I filmed the whole experience from the pre-show to the ride, and then, I filmed the ride as well. So make sure you go check that out. That video is on my Disney Ride channel. So make sure you go check that out. The channel is called @Disney Ride. The symbol, and then Disney Ride. And then I did blog also my last visit through Dinoland USA. That you can find on my blogging channel, which is called Blogging with the Disney Dude. Okay, so if you're looking for the ride POV, that will be on my Disney Ride channel. If you're looking for the blog, that's on my Blogging with the Disney Dude YouTube channel. So 2 different channels. All right. So make sure people ask me, where's the ride, where's the vlog, where's the blogging content. So make sure you go check those 2 channels out, because those are 2 separate channels from this channel. This channel is strictly news related only. The Disney Ride channel is, ride POVs, shows, things of that nature. And then blogging with the Disney Dude, that's going to be for my in-park content only. Okay, so the honest reviews are going to be on this channel still, because that's news related. So that's staying on this channel. But there's 2 separate channels now for rides and my in-park blogging. So please go check those out if you haven't already. And please like those videos and subscribe to those channels as well. And I thank you very much for doing that. Disney Parks and Experiences makes $10 billion in Q1 at the end of quarter 1 in 2026. So, obviously we're experiencing record tourism, which is great. Obviously Walt Disney World is adding a lot more experiences. So, the years down the road, we're going to experience even more, which is always great. But 10 billion, that's wonderful news. That is wonderful news. And I'm so glad that Disney is realizing that the parks are the thing that's going to drive the Walt Disney Company forward. Would I like to see, would I like it to be the movies? Yes, but, I think us as a society have kind of, obviously with things changed now, people aren't going to the movies anymore. They're staying home. They're streaming everything. So, as a company that started, as a movie making company, and now it's now it's a theme park company now. The old me, I wish that it was still a movie studio, but a movie, a company about making animated movies. Obviously that's releasing in theaters. That's not really happening anymore. Society has changed. Now they're just wanting to watch everything on streaming, on Disney Plus in their home. So, but I am glad that, Disney Parks is investing, and they're smart enough, and they're investing in their parks, because that's really the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. Former Dinoland attractions have been removed from My Disney Experience app. So, Dinosaur is now gone. That whole area is, pretty much all of Dinoland U.S.A. has been replaced with trees. The only thing left on the app is the Finding Nemo theater. That's the only thing left of Dinoland U.S.A. They said that will not be impacted. So Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond is not going anywhere, which is fantastic news, because especially now with attractions being closed, you lost your capacity with Dinosaur, so now you need more things to do elsewhere in the park to kind of, alleviate the crowds, which is great. Madame Leota's tombstone has been covered in scrim in Haunted Mansion Q at Walt Disney World. This is due, obviously, to the work that's being on the other side of the construction walls, which is that Cars-themed area, and then, of course, the walkway out to Villains Land. So that whole area is getting refurbished. I am sad, though, that the Haunted Mansion queues being affected. But on the other hand, I get it. There wasn't any other way to, you because the mansion butts up right next to what was the Rivers of America. So you know, it's obviously you couldn't do anything about it. So, you know, I really hope though that this year at Mickey's almost said the wrong thing. At Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I hope that they bring the ghosts back that talk to people in the queue for Haunted Mansion before they enter the mansion. I hope that they still do them. I don't know how they would do it, but I mean, I really hope that those people, you know, aren't gonna, you know, lose their, you know, that they're not going to get rid of that entertainment. Again, I don't know where you would put them. I mean, maybe you could put them outside of, you know, right by the entrance to Haunted Mansion, but I don't know. I really have no idea. But I hope that they bring back those cast members for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, because if they don't, I think that would be sad. But on the other hand, I would totally get it. I would understand why they wouldn't bring them back. Walt Disney World adjusts water ride hours due to extreme cold. So make sure you check the My Disney Experience mobile app for the times. I know that a lot of them have been not opening until 12. I think that Tiana's Bayou Adventure has been opening at 11. Kali River Rapids has not been opening until 12. I think that ride's getting ready to, unless, I think they've already done their refurbishment, but again, just keep, check the times on the My Disney Experience mobile app, because that will tell you when the rides will be open. Like I said, now we're kind of getting out of that we're getting out of this cold snap, so the hours should be going back to normal, but again, just make sure you check the app, just to make sure, because I don't want to tell you something that's not right. Walt Disney World tests Lightning Lane discounts for annual pass holders. I think this would be fantastic. I know in California, they offer Lightning Lane discounts for their annual pass holders. I mean, I know it's a different crowd. It's a local crowd, you know, but I think that that's great. I really, you know, having Lightning Lane discounts here for annual pass holders would be great. I really wish that they were free, but Universal does that with their express passes. The highest level of annual pass, you get free fast passes after 4, which is what I have. I have the highest level, so after 4 o'clock, I can use a free express pass for every single ride at both parks. I really wish that Disney would do something like that, but I'd be down for the discounts as well. I would be down for the discounts as well. I don't really use Lightning Lanes all that much. I never use them at Magic Kingdom unless I know that it's very busy. I never use them at Epcot unless it's very busy. The only parks I use them at are Hollywood Studios and Disney's Animal Kingdom. Those are the only parks that I use them for. But other than that, I don't use Lightning Lane. But again, I think that this would be great. I think that this would be great to have a discount for Lightning Lane for us annual pass holders. I think that would be great. But let me know in the comments how you think. And I don't want to hear people saying they should bring back free fast passes. That ain't never going to happen. So I don't want to hear anything about, well, they should bring back free fast passes. That's not happening. Okay, that ship has sailed. That is long gone. They have left port with that one. Okay, so free fast passes, you are never getting that back. Okay, but if you want discounts on Lightning Lane, if you're excited for that, please let me know. Please let me know, because I think this would be great. I really think that this would be great. And our last story is Phantasmic Billboard has been updated at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It was looking a little ragged. It was looking a little worn. They have refreshed that sign. So now that sign is back up, and it looks refreshed, and it looks great. Which is nice, because again, you have to keep things looking fresh here in Florida, because the sun beats down on them all day long. So you have to keep everything looking fresh and up to date, so people can read it and know what it is. So, but there you are. There is your news for this Monday. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you right back here on Wednesday. Everybody, you folks keep each other safe and healthy. Please stay warm. Again, I will see you right back here on Wednesday. You all keep each other safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.